What is going on, everyone? I am going to review the MKM MIURA. This is the limited edition version. Just so you guys can see it while I go through the specs, I'll take it out because that is a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand waiting too long before people can see a knife. It's a beautiful design. And just to go through the specs really quick, I'm not sure, so I'm not too familiar with this designer, and I'm pretty sure this is the only knife I have from him. But it's either pronounced Simone or Simon Tonoli, Simone Tonoli. The blade length on this one is 2.72. Overall length is 6.65. It's a beautiful twist damasteel pattern. It's a reverse tanto blade shape. And I believe the thickness of this blade is 0.12. But look, take a look at this pattern. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really get much better than this. And if I remember correctly, the scales on this one are a 3D machined titanium. That pattern is awesome. Feels good in the hand as well. The ergonomics are great. But also want to mention that it is on bearings. It's a button lock. It's got great action, very smooth. But before I get more into this knife, it also comes with, and I'm going to have to get back to you guys on the actual person who designed this coin. I knew it at one point, but right now I can't remember. And I'm not a huge coin guy, but take a look at the design on this. Look how clean and smooth that is. It's such a great coin. Now, I first saw this knife, Blade Show East, earlier this year, and really knew I wanted this knife badly. And I ended up getting it. I told them to hold one for me as soon as they got it in, and I was one of the first people to get it. So I've been utilizing it for quite some time. The action is super smooth. It's got great thumb stud action. There are two things that I guess, I don't know. For me, sometimes you have to get used to a knife a little bit because this is obviously considered to be a gentleman's knife, but it's also a true EDC. It can handle any task, whether you're cutting rope, cardboard, wood to some extent, and anything that you're going to need it for, right? But it's quite obviously not to be made to be some heavy-duty tank of a knife. That being said, it has handled everything I've thrown at it. As a matter of fact, when I show you close-ups of the blade, you'll probably see scratches because I've used it so often. But again, the two things, when you're getting used to knives, sometimes you have to adjust to certain things. And in this case, because it is such a slim knife, when you close it, the thumb studs are pretty close, right to the scale there. You don't have much real estate to open it, but once the action is so smooth that once you get there, it just pops right open. And the only thing that I'm hoping to get rid of, or that I felt at all, is sometimes, because I like to open these knives strongly, sometimes there's a little bit of stick on the button lock, but really, as I've used it more and more, it's happened less and less. But you guys can clearly see the action here is very smooth. Like I said, thumb stud action is great. I think I already mentioned that the overall length of the blade is 6.65. And just because I had mentioned in my last video as well that, the people behind the knife are just as important, in my opinion. I can tell you guys that in dealing with Igor and some of the other people that I've met from MKM, they have been incredibly kind from the get-go. They saw that I enjoyed their knives. They're always helpful, always available to talk, answer any questions. Just a cool company. And to me, this signified a change with MKM, and I don't know that they would agree, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you my opinion. So they have a lot of Vox designs. They have a lot of slip joint designs. I'm not the biggest slip joint guy, and I love Vox, but for him specifically, they had the micro and macro, the fixed blades. I was hoping that they would have more, I guess, more of a launch for different types of flippers, or I don't know. I don't really know what I was looking for, if I'm being brutally honest with you, but I just wanted something other than a slip joint, something other than a smaller fixed blade. And I saw this as a big change in their design because this was the first thing that I saw in a while that was completely different. And then they had the Eclipse to follow, which I'm going to review, and I am in love with that knife as well. It's another Vox design. But either way, they've had a great selection. I have a ton of their knives. I will definitely be reviewing a good bit of them. But so the last two launches for the Miura, this limited edition, as well as the Eclipse, are both phenomenal knives. I highly recommend both of them. Like I said, I've had a lot of fun with this one. I don't know if I'm going to be cutting in any videos of it in use with cutting, but I'm telling you guys, I've used it for everything under the sun. It's extremely helpful, definitely dependable, and it looks incredible. Again, that design's amazing. But yeah, this is the MKM Miura limited edition. It does come with this beautiful case with the coin, and it's designed by Simone Tonoli, or Simon Tonoli. I apologize if I'm getting that incorrect. All right, hope you guys are doing well, and I'll be back soon with another review.